Welcome to The Unstoppables, where we shine a light on some of the world's most successful and inspiring entrepreneurs. Mate Rimac is a remarkable young innovator who has combined his love of technology, driving, and nature to revolutionize the future of electric transport. Mate founded Rimac Group, creating Rimac hypercars and producing battery technology that underpins the major industry car manufacturers. Mate has also recently taken over the highly distinguished car brand Bugatti. Science reporter Nicki paid him a visit.
I'm here in Croatia, just outside Zagreb, visiting the headquarters of Rimac, who are about to launch the world's fastest production car. Now, not only is it ridiculously fast, but it is also fully electric. And we've got some exclusive access to speak to the creator and the man behind the driving force of the electric revolution, Mate Rimac.
Hi, Nicki.
Hi!
Welcome to Rimac.
Give me a good day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what goes on in here?
So this is the first part of the assembly of the Nevera. So basically the monocoque, which is the carbon fiber top, which is, by the way, the biggest carbon structure in the industry. So
that's a pretty cool claim. And you decided not to go for the flat floor batteries.
it's in the tunnel, it's under the feet, and it's behind the seat, but not under the seat. Because this is a hypercar.
But right on the ground, haven't you?
Exactly. Here you can see how a module actually looks like. So we have 24 of those. The battery module has a bunch of these cells.
Okay.
So in the Nevera we have 8,000 of these battery cells.
The list is quite extensive of the prestigious car manufacturers that you're working with already.
Basically most of them.
Wow, so what is going on here?
So this is the wiring harness, or you could call it the nervous system of the car.
Okay.
There's actually 25 kilometers of wires.
In one car?
Because we have 74 computers in the car, so all of those systems need to work together and exchange information. I know every part of the car basically, but the wiring harness is still like black magic.
I mean, it's just amazing to see the granular detail that goes into creating a car.
Making a car is very complicated.
Matthew, let's talk about the growth of the business. Basically, it starts off with you. You've got 900 employees, probably more now. So you're producing your own electric hypercar and also components for the biggest leading car manufacturers in the world. How have you coped with all of that expansion?
They say your business completely changes every time it doubles. And so I'm leading probably 10 different businesses. I would say the biggest success is we are still around yet, because the odds were super against us. When I started electric cars, the market was non-existent. And even today, there's just 2% of newly sold cars are electric. And you have 2 billion vehicles on the planet that need to be replaced with electric cars. If all of them were 100% electric, it will take 20 years to convert the whole global fleet.
You had a childhood very different to most. You're born in Bosnia. You basically had to flee the country because it was at a wartime. How's it affected you later in life?
What I remember is coming to Germany and there were all of a sudden all these cars. It was like a sponge absorbing everything about cars I could.
Tell me about the campus and where you're putting everyone. What does the future hold?
At the pace where we were growing, the biggest problem was funding until the attention of big investors. The first problem now is space. With the campus, we want to put everything together. But that's an idea I had like 8 years ago, driving a bicycle, passing by an old castle and thinking, wow, what a beautiful castle, why is nobody using that? And at that time we were like 20 people. Now we plan to be 2,500 people. Development, production, everything. It's completely integrated with nature. It's net zero carbon, but also we want to grow our own food there.
And it's not just electric cars you're involved in.
Yeah, electric bikes are, I think, really a great opportunity for people to spend more time outside. The key question for cities will be how to reduce the traffic without building new infrastructure in the future. And electric bikes, I think, are super key to that.
It's not that easy to expand when you're in Croatia.
Everybody told me it's impossible to build a car in Croatia. There was simply no car industry. I could hire nobody who had done anything remotely similar to what I was trying to do. But it made my life really tough to do it here. But I also like the patriotic thing, putting Croatia on the map, that high tech can be done in a place like this and to be globally competitive from somewhere where nobody would have guessed that we would make the best electric cars in the world.
Now let's also talk about the other huge role that you have just been given. You're now also the CEO of Bugatti Rimac.
One of the biggest car companies in the world decided to give the responsibility for the iconic 112-year-old brand to a company that didn't exist 15 years ago and to a 33-year-old guy. I have big ideas about what we want to do there and how we want to get there.
What were you like as a student?
I was bullied heavily, but I didn't tell anybody about it because I thought I would be bullied even more. I wasn't a great student, but my professor liked what I was doing, especially in these courses where you actually build something. He gave me the self-confidence and a lot of experience on how to do stuff in reality. Yeah, I absolutely think that without him, the company today wouldn't exist.
Well, the good thing is I'm actually about to go meet Professor Vlainic now. Hi, Professor Vlainic.
Welcome in our school. It's Mate's old classroom.
Wow.
Here, it was his place.
Right, well, I better sit here then. What was Mate like as a student?
He was average with the general subjects, but he was very interesting with the electrotechnics. At the beginning, he don't have that much confidence, but he was very innovative.
And when you first suggested that he should enter competition for innovation, what was his reaction?
He said to me, Professor, I don't know if I'm good enough. I said to him, Mate, you're not good, you're the best, and you must go. He won the first prize in this city competition, and after that, in state competition of innovations.
And what about your current students? What do they think of Mate Rimac?
He is a great inspiration for all young people, and many students want to be like Mate Rimac.
What an amazing role model. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is it. This is what the world's fastest production car looks like.
Yeah, but you know, numbers are one thing, so I think it's better if you try it yourself.
Thank you.
Go.
Do this! You're in the car park and you're already doing wheelies and spins.
Yep, I do that all the time because I want to test it much more extremely than any customer would. I'm just listening, trying to feel if there's something wrong or what can be improved. And every time I drive, all the engineers are like in despair because they know I'm going to come back with a list of 50 things.
Okay, this is some of the stats.
So 4 electric motors have a big battery that puts out 1.4 megawatts of power or 1,900 horsepower with less than 2 seconds 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, less than 9 seconds 0 to 300 kilometers per hour, 186 miles per hour.
What's your favorite setting?
Oh, that's very easy. You could call this Mate mode.
Drift mode, right, okay.
Yes. And whenever you change that, everything changes. The active aerodynamics, the wings, power distribution, the steering, the suspension, the brakes.
Are you kind of in disbelief that you've managed to turn kind of this dream actually into a reality?
Well, it's the blood, sweat and tears now of over 1,000 people. So everything we have delivered or over-delivered on, that's really what makes me proud, that we didn't make compromises.
Wow. Wow, I mean, Mate, that was an absolute phenomenal end to what has been such a unique day, getting a bit of an insight into your mad, mad world, considering what you've achieved in your 33 short years. It's been amazing.
Thank you, Nicki. We've just begun.
Wow. Mate Rimac really is a remarkable man reinventing the automotive industry. I can't wait to see what the next chapter has in store for him and the next generation of innovators he's inspired. Watch out, world.